Good evening. This week we're going to be working on several new math skills. Our first math skill that we're going to work on this week is we're going to work on classifying numbers as either prime or composite. So I'm going to take a minute really quick, walk you through, and show you what the difference between the two different types of numbers are. So I'm going to start with composite because that's the most common and easiest to see. So I'm going to show you an example of a composite number here really quick. So I'm going to put down the number 54. So as you're looking at this number, what you're trying to think about is what numbers can you think of that you can multiply together to equal 54, to give you 54 as your product. So you have 1 and 54. It's an even number, so you can always do 2 times a number, and in this case it's 27. You can also do a 3 times. In this case it's 18. So basically what you can do is go through and you can think of all the different factors that multiply together to get 54. What makes this composite is the fact that you have more than one set of factors, pairs, that equals 54. So in this case you have 4 different factor pairs. That makes the number composite. So most of the numbers that you deal with are actually composite. The general rule is that every even number is composite except for 2, and there are odd numbers certainly that are prime, which we're going to go over here in a minute, but the majority of numbers are going to be composite. So a prime number is the counter to a composite. It's the opposite of it, and what it basically is, it's a number that only has one pair of factors that you can multiply to get it. So I'll just throw out, for example, the number 11. The only thing you can multiply together to get 11 are 1 and 11. So it's the only way I can multiply together and get that number. Some of the most common prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Those are really, really common ones. We actually spent a little bit of time in class taking a hundreds chart and going through and shading it. And that is one thing that you guys can check out, and I'll have that posted and for you to look at. But these are prime numbers, composite numbers. Again, prime numbers are going to be numbers where you can multiply and get it only by using 1 and itself. So on the 11 it's 1 times 11, or on any of these on my list like 17 is 1 times 17. Composite's going to be any number where you can list a whole slew of factors that you can multiply together to get it. So that is the difference.